We have arrived in Atlantic Canada. Our CPL season preview, coast to coast updates, is officially in Nova Scotia. The Halifax Wanderers enter season 3 under Patrice. Slow starts. Last year, Ollie, it was winless in their first 9 games and only one win in 14 away from the Wanderers' grounds. I feel like I'm cheating a little bit, but I do have to ask you what the biggest storyline is for the Haligonians entering 2025.
Well, you can take your pick here because I think there's a lot that's gone on again this offseason in Halifax. But I'm going to focus on what you just said, Adam. It's the away form. It has to get better. They cannot consistently compete in this league until it does. And we've seen that through the course of the club's history. 2019, 6 points away from home. 2021 in 10 games because of the bubble, 9 points. 2022, 11 points. 2023, up to 14 points. Still not a great record, but that was enough with their home form to make them one of the best teams in the Canadian Premier League that year. Could have finished second if not for that tiebreaker with Forge. Last season, back down to 6 points, and you're out of the playoffs. And it's very, very difficult to overcome that. No matter how good you are at Wanderers grounds, they have to figure it out.
One win away from home last season. 3 draws, 14 scored, 26 conceded. That's a nightmare. Yes, that's the lead story. My second one is that they need to live up to their data because their measurables are quite decent. They should have been a playoff side last season in terms of XG, expected goals against. You know, they were third best in both those categories, but only fourth in goal scoring, which not that big of a difference. But they conceded a joint worst 43 goals on the season when they were at the third best expected goals against. Like, there was too many self-inflicted wounds. I think a lot of it was mental as well. So let's see how they approach this season and whether they've learned from some of the mistakes that really cost them dearly last season.
Gareth, there's no doubt there was something of a minor exodus, but big names who left this club. Massimo Ferrin, Riley Ferrazzo, Dan Nimick. Those are big moves away. But when we look at the players that they have acquired and brought in for this 2025 season, who do you think is going to be the most important one?
Strength in quality and strength in numbers as well. This team is absolutely loaded in the midfield, but I think their most important addition is Thomas Meyer-Giguère at center back. Some of those self-inflicted wounds maybe came through a little bit of less than a surety at center back last season. Him playing alongside Nessem Mekadet should be very good. What I like about Meyer-Giguère, it might not be flashy all the times, but he's as reliable as they come in the Canadian Premier League. That is a skill. That is a talent. Being able to stay on the field. Like 26, 27 regular season games every year that he's played in the Canadian Premier League. He's omnipresent, and he just adds and makes everyone else around him better. Combine that to a goalkeeper with some real potential in Ryan Yesley, then what's going on at the back, having a little bit more security there may give the attacking players more of a platform to play the Patrice Geyser style of play, which I think in the end has the chance of being very, very effective this campaign.
Ollie?
Yeah, I think with the number of options they have at centre back and in central midfield, if they can't get that right, there's a real problem. Something's gone badly wrong. So I'll focus on the wide areas. That's the real question mark for me. Who is playing fullback? There are not a lot of natural, proven fullbacks in the squads. And on the wings, they've signed 2 players, I think in particular, in Johan Bay and Jason Bahambula, both coming in as international players. Look like the type of players who are going to add some pace and verticality to this team that I think has been lacking at times in previous years. You've had a lot of guys, when you look at Probo and Diaz and Raya and so on, who kind of want to come towards the ball and play between the lines. Can players like that make them a more direct team, a more dangerous team in the final thirds, and just add a bit more cutting edge to Patrice Geyser's attack?
Well, on top of that, whether it's Telfer leading the line, but I think like it's a big year for Thiago Coimbra, a young player with some pedigree, with some talent.
Yeah,
it's time for... Yes, he has to be the guy. He needs to be on the field this year. And by having that additional pace out wide, perhaps that finds different ways to unlock the number 9.
Well, there you have it, Halifax Wanderers fans. Gareth Wheeler tells you that Thomas Meyer-Giguère is Moise Bombito. And there's a lot to be excited about here with this program. No, you can't take it back. We're going off the air right now. The Halifax Wanderers will kick off the
contender
CPL
this season.
in the
contender.
season opener at Atletico Ottawa on April the 5th. You can catch all the games right here on One Soccer.